Okay, guys, back to Ask Scruff. Now, this one's for Luke. Salute to you, kid. And it's one of those questions that's a little bit subjective. Sometimes when I'm using Madness, I find that if I'm in drawdown, when I check the bias again at the top of the hour, the sentiment has changed. I feel I'm getting out too many trades due to this. Do you think I'm checking too often? Try and plot Madness, entry to key level, same as you. Do you check hourly if the trade is winning? Okay. The bias tool that I use has one primary job, just one. It's nothing there to do with triggers or anything like that. And anybody using it as a trigger is a fool, okay? Because you're not reading the conditions in the moment. What it does is it looks across multiple time frames and gives you the best option of direction. That's all it does, right? Now, there are little elements in it where I start grading at A, B, C, D, F. What they do, they determine how good the target is going to be. A, B, C are what I look at. And I mainly only look at A and B because then there's meat on the bone. All right. If it's D, it's dangerous. If it's F, it's fail. All right. And C, you've got to be cautious. Okay. So they're kind of the ratings of it. Doesn't necessarily mean an A trade is the best trade. It just means the target is good. So that's one element of what the bias tool is all about. Now, Madness is not a trade either. Madness is a complement to a trade idea based on the direction that the sheet is given. So if I've decided to go to market on a given day and I've looked at the sheet and it's told me what the deep trend is, it's told me what the dominant direction of the day is, and it's told me what's going on now, and I've got a good clear view of what it is, it'll then tell me whether or not that chart is ready in the next hour or so. And the way it does that is it looks for a fast RSI and makes certain momentum is in my favor alongside the other indicators that I use and the multiple time frames. Okay, so that's the crux of it. So say it's 10 o'clock and I decide to go to market because I've picked my direction, it's at a key level, I'm happy with the structure of price, whether it's a fib, whether it's a break of a level, a break of a zone, whatever criteria I'm using, and I'm ready to go. I've entered the market and now assume the market is going to go against me, which it often does. So I'll Madness into the stop. Now, just because I've got a wider stop doesn't mean say I've got to have a huge stop. My stops are in relation to what would be a normal day trader. I don't believe in tight stops. I don't believe in haymakers. It's somewhere in the middle. It's normally bordering on half an ATR. Okay, so that's the way I would do that. That reduces exposure and increases the upside at the same time. So that's a good thing. Now, let's just say it's gone round to 11 o'clock and the trade is winning. I wouldn't necessarily be looking at the buy sheet again because why? Direction's already in place. The chart is moving in my direction. Therefore, I'm happy. I'm also a targeted trader. So I trade into a certain target and I'll hold it if it looks like it's going that way. Now, at the top of the hour, if I'm unsure of what's going on, then I will reapply it. And if the main sentiment has changed, not the now and not the deep, but the double D, if that's changed sentiment, then I've got a problem. And at that point, I would kill it. But the double D shouldn't change that much because it's based on mid time frames. It's not based on sort of your 15 minutes and things like that. It's looking at your hourlies and your 4 hourlies. So there's only really a couple of changes. And because I don't update until the hour closes, so I'll only really be updating the hour, the 4 hour would probably still be running and not change. So the sentiment shouldn't change that much. But if the now changes, so what? The now will change all the time because it's based on low time frames. But as long as I've got that sentiment in place, the dominant direction, I'll hold the trade. I won't just kill it willy-nilly just because the sheet has told me to. The sheet doesn't tell me jack all. It just tells me what the direction is. I make the decision to kill it, not the sheet. Okay? Hope that helps. Catch you soon.